Hey everyone, so I've got another Doctor Who episode today, and this is the 11th episode of the 5th series, The Lodger, which is the last Doctor Who episode review until the Christmas special, and then, as some of you are very excited about, I get to start reviewing the classics. A lot of you, for basically since I started doing YouTube videos for the past almost 2 years, wow, I've been going review the classics, and I'm like, I will once I've reviewed all of the current episodes. It's taken me a long time to get here, but here we are, the very last episode, because I've already reviewed the episode 12 and 13 of the 5th series, and obviously I've done series 6. So here we go. The Lodger as a standalone episode, it's hard to look at it as a standalone episode because we've got Craig Owens back already, James Corden's character. But to try and remember my initial impression when I first watched this, which I guess is the flaw with doing videos after I've seen it a couple of times, you don't get that initial view, whereas you do when I'm reviewing the series as it airs. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. We didn't, obviously the lack of Amy in this one was a little frustrating, but it does work really, really well. The fact that Craig is looking for a lodger really gives the Doctor a perfect opportunity to hang around. He becomes the lodger, but he's there at perfect timing because in the room upstairs, people go in there, the flat upstairs, they go in there and they never reappear. And it's up to the Doctor to find out why, and when he discovers why, it's kind of mesmerising, and you can tell even the Doctor's a little bit like, whoa, was not expecting that. But it is very interesting, but I think what makes this episode what it is the character of Craig. Corden is sensational. I loved having him back in series 6, the end of series 6. I think without him in this episode it wouldn't have worked. For example, if we take the character of, let's say Elton from series 2. If we take Elton in this, I don't think it would have worked. I'm just trying to find male standalone characters who could have done that. If we take Elton, I don't think it would have worked, but if you look at Craig, I think it works really well. Very funny, full of humour, very, very entertaining to watch. It's not scary though, which I think is a weird aspect, because normally I like my Doctor Who episodes to be scary, you know, proper like chair gripping, like, oh no, terrified. But it's not scary in the slightest, which I think is a really beneficial thing, because it just plays on the humour that is Doctor Who, because while the show is meant to be scary, for children at least, and supposed to be a little bit peculiar for adults, it's more scary for kids, and it's there to make adults think. Especially with Matt's Doctor, it's more about the humour aspect of it. There are the emotional episodes and there are the terrifying episodes, but then a lot of the episodes are just funny, you know? Even the emotional and scary episodes have humour in them, which, as much as I love David, I think that's something a lot of David's episodes were lacking, is that sort of humorous aspect to it. I wouldn't change any of David's episodes, well, 1 or 2 episodes I would change, but most of them I wouldn't change. But I like the fact that Smith is bringing in this really hilarious aspect, and that's just heightened with the presence of James Corden. This episode, start to finish, is hysterical. It's perfect. The story itself, the plot is nothing complex, nothing intricate, or at least not at first sight. If you dig deeper, it is a little. But I love how it lays the foundations for bringing Craig back. Whether or not that was planned when they made this episode, I don't know. Probably was. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if you think it's as good as any of the other episodes, but I think it's hilarious. As I said, plot not overly complicated. Wasn't really bothered about the creatures upstairs. Just really loved the actual hilarious aspect, the hilarity. Can't speak. The hilarity in it, or the hilarious aspect. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, onwards and upwards to the Doctor Who Christmas special, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.